and welcome to Question and Answer with Megan. Today we are focusing on prayer, communication with God, speaking to and listening to God. Our first question is, how do I know if I'm actually praying? That's a legit question, because sometimes even I doubt whether or not my message is actually getting to God, whether or not it's an effective prayer, whether or not I'm saying the right things, doing the right things, feeling the right things. I want to assure you though that in reality, we are kind of always praying. Why? Because God always knows what we're doing, can always hear us, see us, know what we're thinking and believing at the time. So the moment we just decide to become intentional and aware about this ongoing prayer that we're experiencing with God, then we can just be a little bit more assured along our way that, yeah, okay, now I'm going to focus and be just a little bit more specific with what I'm going to say and how I'm going to communicate everything that I'm doing and thinking and feeling to God. So the answer to this question, how you know if you're actually praying, well, you always are, to be honest. And regardless of what you say and when and how, God's gonna know. So just don't worry about that. We're gonna move on to the next question because it clarifies a little bit more about how we can pray in a specific way through communicating to God through words. The next question is, what do I say when I want to talk to God through prayer? I'm going to bring up and suggest an acronym. It's an acronym that has worked for me and it's worked for other people I know, so maybe it'll work for you. You should just try it out. It's really simple. The acronym is ACTS, A-C-T-S. Stands for Adoration, Contrition, Thanksgiving, and Supplication. When I say adoration, I'm suggesting that we really just identify the things about God that we know and that we appreciate. And we just offer it up to God in recognition, acknowledgement, and joy. We just are like, okay, God, like, you are everything, God, and I love you, God, and God, you are so powerful and loving, and anything, just any detail you want to share about God and about who you think God is, do it to start in that adoration portion. Then next, move on to C, contrition. This is where you just reflect a little bit about how you want to be better in life. Contrition means kind of like saying I'm sorry. So just tell God, okay, God, like I really wish that I could be more patient with my parents. I wish that I wasn't as judgmental towards my friends. And then you can know that is just solidified as something that you want to truly be working on more. And of course God is listening, but it's like sinking down into your soul so that it's more actively able to kind of generate change and more life within you. So it's really, you're helping yourself out in a way by identifying things that you want to work on more. Moving on to Thanksgiving, T. Thanksgiving, simple, whatever you're thankful for. It's so great at this time to just offer up, share in this communication with God what you are thankful for in life. I mean, there's so much that you can say, and thank God for all of it, because really, I mean, God's the source of all these good things, and even all the struggles that you can be thankful for too, that help you grow and learn and get stronger. Then we have S, supplication. So this is where you just state your intentions in offering things up and just praying for yourself, praying for others, praying for whatever it is you want and need. So it's pretty simple, this ACTS, A-C-T-S, and it's very effective. It helps you to just feel closer to God. You're always so close to God, but this helps you to be even more aware of the reality of how interconnected this loving relationship you have with God really is between you and the God that loves you. All right, we're gonna move on to the last question. What do I say when I want to talk to God through prayer? I'm gonna bring up and suggest a acronym. It's an acronym that has worked for me and it's worked for other people I know, so maybe it'll work for you. The acronym is ACTS, A-C-T-S. All right, we're gonna move on to the last question. how do I listen to God in my prayer? Awesome. Listening is a huge part of prayer. We don't always want to be doing the talking because God has a lot to say to us too. We can listen to God in so many ways. A couple ways that I want to mention involve, one, music. God speaks to us through the harmony and melody of music that we enjoy so much. It could be any kind of music. It can be the amazing and graceful music that we hear at church. It could be the music that we have on our iPhones and iTunes, whatever it is that we are so used to. And I invite you to just sit and let the wonderful sound just take over your soul, and know that God is kind of working in you to help you to enjoy life even more. And all I'm saying and suggesting at this time is for you to consider that God really does work through music very profoundly, and that we can listen to that music and let God sink God's truth more deeply into us. The next thing that I wanted to mention though is silence. We can experience a certain kind of silence in different parts of our life. There's the silence that involves sort of nature and the sounds of nature, if you will. I know it's not complete silence, but nature's way of communicating though is somewhat through silence. So we can just sit with that. We can sit with a complete, absolute vacuum sort of a silence if we're alone in our room and there's nothing going on, sort of thing. And if we just tap into how we feel at those times that we are experiencing that silence, we can learn a lot about the messages that God is trying to give us about how we are, what we might need to work on, and who God is, and what kind of joy that God has in store for us and can give us whenever we want. So yeah, we can listen to God through taking the time to just stop the chattering and letting things sink in, and to stop even thinking so much, and to just open up and see how we can absorb more of this kind of graceful beauty of God's language, which is not necessarily always through words. All right, so I hope that was somewhat helpful, all this talk about prayer, and I just want to encourage you to start praying wherever you're at. I mean, God wants you to be more aware of how you are communicating with God, I believe. God wants that intentional, that mindful relationship with you. So offer up anything to God. It doesn't have to be a long prayer. It can take 5 seconds just to say, "Hey God, love you, thank you," anything. And if you ever have anything else you want to share about prayer, any other questions, just reach out to me, and know that you are loved, you are heard, and all will be well. So take care, God bless, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.